I'm sure you know. I know you and I know how intelligent you are. If somebody is saying he's resetting and somebody says he's upgrading, the upgrading one is dead already. So it means that they couldn't manage the economy. That is going to the abyss. So who will redo what? We are resetting the messed economy. But the whole economy has been messed. Totally useless to the useless degree. So all we can do now is to reset it for a takeoff, for a better Ghana. And so that's what President Mahama has been preaching.
Well, like you said, resetting the free SHS policy. The policy was granted by the MPP administration.
It never was granted by the MPP.
Who was it granted by?
Indeed. I mean, this was something that the NDC has actually started something on. It didn't start from that. It started from the era of President Ronald. Right? The NDC started and then said that, listen, because we are constrained on infrastructure, let us put up the infrastructure, but meanwhile, let's take other fees. Let's take other courses from, let's, how do I put it? We are taking some responsibilities that parents were paying. Whereas we look at how to develop the educational system and then now open up the free senior high school. That we are not saying we are resetting. What we are saying is that we will do what is necessary. That there must be a funding that will look at how those free senior high schools are going to be taken care of. But today we see the problem we are suffering. School feeding is a problem, logistics is a problem because there is no a dedicated fund that has been created or established to take care of free senior high school. So then this is saying, now listen, we will look at it and put it, we plan and structure it very well and make sure that parents and children don't suffer.
Well, speak to us. Like you said, way back in Winneba, we have some students from these schools that we know, conjuring with the policies by the NDC. We want to say that NDC says they are paying free first-timers entering into university. It should be the same as free SHS. Why not completely, but rather free first-timers?
Obviously, there's something that you're coming. Remember the issue of health insurance. When at our time we had promised one-time premium. That's 2008 elections. At that time, we didn't know what was in the coffers. So we had issues, and when we got there, that we saw that the coffers was empty. Service providers had not been paid, a lot of difficulties. So we now have to go and look at it and replan. And that's why we did national health insurance. At the time we met it, it was mutual. And this was also another policy. It was the late Niyama Donko, then the health minister, who actually handed over every detailed document on health insurance to the next MPP administration at that time. So yes, we'll start this year because I have said it some time ago that it's doable. If you look at our manifesto and look at the MPP manifesto, ours is doable. Ours is something that is doable because we can't promise, we are coming. They came and promised free senior high school. It was a failure. It's been a failure till today. You agree with me? Have you heard parents actually crying and saying that they want free school paying it back?
One would say it's 50-50 because some parents are of the view that they have supported them enough, and others are saying that
many of them that are making the noise were actually recruited by the MPP to actually make what had failed to stay. And that was a game that they were trying to play.
So the believability is the NDC government is going to make the free SHS policy better.
Put up funding measures. If it's books, there's money. Right? It's school uniform, there's money. It's feeding, there's money. That's exactly what the NDC government is. Tell me today, you are the job per your work. You are supposed to inform and educate. Right. Where does the MPP get the money to fund free senior high school? Can you answer?
We are in debt.
Because there's no policy, there's no plan. It was a knee-jerk reaction. They just wanted to confuse Ghanaians. and said, oh, we'll do it for votes. They did it. And they used it to actually campaign in 2020 election and make it look like the NDC will come and discontinue. We will never. It has come to stay. But that is what, even now, what we are even doing is that we are adding private schools onto free senior high school.
Well, speak to us. Is it a strategy by the NDC administration to bring Professor Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman in order to win the hearts of women? Because I toured with Nana in about 7 to 8 markets in Greater Accra, and you could see the women are really fumbling around her, concurring with her policy, the Women's Development Bank policy. Is it a concern of the market women, that propelled the NDC government to initiate that policy?
You see, the NDC is a party that really started something new. We're the one that gave Ghanaian first female speaker. We didn't make the first female a running mate. We're the one that made first Chief Justice. Electoral Commission. We're the one that made them. So for the NDC, I think the first Chief Justice was made by President Kufuor because he has seen what we have started. So we have always been in the notion that the women also deserve to be in our governance. You notice that when we go as politicians, we campaign on based on, when we win, we'll give this percentage of appointment to the women. Why don't you look for somebody who will actually be on the right hand side of the president and say, oh, this woman deserves to be here, this woman deserves to be here. So yes, you can talk about being strategy. Yes, we also are saying that the women are important. The woman must be encouraged to be in parliament. The woman must be encouraged to even run this country as flag bearers and become president. So the NDC has started it, and I say that policy has come to stay. And we actually even started the issue of Muslim, Christian, and we said that, listen, now Ghanaians are united, the Muslims are united, the Christians are united, we are all the same. Now we don't know who is Muslim, who is Christian, we know that we are all each other's keepers. So after the NDC, we set the pace and everyone will follow. I have said something, I don't know whether that is the truth. I've heard one of their communicators have said that they actually wouldn't mind to copy things from our manifesto. I don't know whether you heard that statement. Right. So you should tell you that the NDC will always set the pace. And then the MPP who are copy. You heard me when I was addressing them, I said something, that it was the NDC that started with the grassroots mobilization of party people and making branches recognized. MPP didn't know about it, but when they saw that this was a good thing to win election, they came and totally gave it the name police station executives.
Politics is transitional.
so people can learn. So the NDC, that's why Ghanaians must always vote for the NDC. Because we will always set the pace, we will do what will benefit Ghanaian, and when we do it, the MPP will learn. So that in future, in 30 years, when they get governance, they will learn from what example we have left, and then they push it on.
Are the people of Adenta retaining Honorable Adamu Ramadan?
Inshallah, by the grace of Almighty God, they will retain him. I mean, this is a young man who came into parliament when his party was in opposition. Can you imagine if the NDC was in governance? I know the heart. I know how he was always at the feet of President Mahama.
Is that what is causing the barrier for development in Adenta, because his government is not in power?
Chief, because you see, the MPP, they are a very rigid government. Akufado, have you been to Chebi? Go to Chebi. See how Chebi has become overnight. Even they are strong ones, they are crying. Ashanti region. So how would you know why Yababe Asama got angry?
Tell us.
Because they wanted him to lose. So they sabotaged him. They sabotaged Yababe Asama. I think that's his name, that lawyer. They sabotaged him to lose, so that Ramadan will beat him. Then they will sabotage Ramadan. And then they went and brought out somebody, a lady. Yes. The lady is going to come and become, and then President Mahama is going to become the MP. The president. If President Mahama becomes the president, who understands Adenta more? Who has worked with Adenta? Who has lived in Adenta? Ramadan.
But you said we should give the women the chance to lead.
That's why we brought Nana.
They also brought Cozy.
No, Nana and somebody being at Adenta level who is more powerful.
That's right.
So it should tell you that the NDC actually think about it. Can you imagine what President Nana would have listened and done for the Adenta people? So if they want development, Ramadan, who understands this constituency, I'm told that when they were given loan to go and buy car, he used his own to go and buy an excavator. So it should tell you how much he valued the people of Adenta. And if he had that opportunity more, imagine what he would have done. And so I don't think Adenta is underdeveloped, but I think that they have a future to grow and develop Ramadan.
A peaceful election is what we all seek for. One word for the 2024.
No, I don't believe that we should talk about peaceful election now. If you go and if you listen to President Akamba, he has always carried this mantle of Obiadiem. And so let the NDC people let's not sit down and think that Akufo-Addo is an easy person to deal with. You've heard Lord Comey, I'm sure you heard him. They are in government, are they preaching peace? And I have heard Brian Achampon, a coward, I know him. He's a coward. Brian Achampon, unless you don't know him, he's a talker. No action. I know him very well. So, Brenner Champion, whatever he is called, he's only blowing hot air. But let's tell him, we are matching him boot to boot. He thinks that he can get money to bring assassins or to bring people to come and fight this country, fight the peace of this country. He should watch it. His comments is not going to set him free. Even when the NDC wins, because you see, because he has threatened the whole Ghana, that hey, we won't give them power, we won't do this. In democracy, don't talk like that.
Has he not retracted it?
I haven't heard him retract. In any case, he meant it, so he has said it. He has thought about it. It's not like I'm sitting just here, you call me to come and talk. So everything I'm saying from my heart. But this is somebody who has driven from his house, went to a park, decided to a rally, decided to address the people at the rally. It means that he went planned.
Respectfully. Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you.